Good evening, everyone. I'm Shara Marie L. Dungka, praised to present in Group 2 about Lesson 4, Selection and Placement. Selection is the process of picking up individuals out of the pool of job applicants with requisite qualifications and competence to fill jobs in the organization. Placement, the action of putting someone or something in a particular place. Selection and placement are connected. The purpose of selection is choosing the right candidate and placing them in the right position within the organization, which will give the organization advantage from its competitors because the right person tends to have higher productivity, while hiring the wrong one may cost the company in terms of money and resources. In any selection method, like the test to evaluate the applicant, it should meet the 5 standards, which is reliability, validity, generalizability, utility, and legality. Reliability, the consistency of a performance measure, the degree to which a performance measure is free from random error. The keyword here is consistency. A selection instrument is reliable if it is consistent. For example, if a group of candidates answered a questionnaire to measure their personality traits and repeat the questionnaire for the days or weeks later and still gave the same answer, it indicates high reliability. Another is when we measure the applicant's height with a 12 inches ruler and he turns out to be 6 feet and 12 over 16 inch, and at the second time he measures to be 6 feet and 4 over 16 inches tall, we might be making an error. We can estimate reliability by correlation coefficient. It's a measure of the degree to which two sets of numbers are related. The correlation coefficient expresses the strength of the relationship in numerical form. Like the first test score of an applicant should correlate highly with their second test score. Validity, the extent to which performance on the measure is related to performance on the job. A measure must be reliable if it is to have any validity. A selection method must measure what it is supposed to measure, like a test to measure applicants' working memory must measure their working memory and not their level of reading comprehension. Also, an accounting test must measure accounting knowledge and skills. We have many types of validity. Criterion-related validation, a method of establishing the validity of a personal selection method by showing a substantial correlation between test scores and job performance scores. It focuses on the correlation between the measure being validated, which is the test scores, and the outside measure, which is job performance scores. Based on the time frame, it can be classified into two. Predictive validation seeks to establish an empirical relationship between test scores taken prior to being hired and eventual performance on the job. It's the ability of a test to measure an event in the future. Next is concurrent validation. Assesses the validity of a test by administering it to people already on the job and then correlating test scores with existing measures of each person's performance. The two measures here are taken on the same day. Same day or time. Content validation is performed by demonstrating that the items, questions, or problems posed by a test are a representative sample of the kinds or situations or problems that occur on the job. The test contents here are significant part of a job, like a test on how to operate cash register for a grocery cashier, Generalizability is defined as the degree to which the validity of a selection method established in one context extends to other contexts. There are two primarily contexts, which is different situations, the jobs or organizations, and different samples of people. Validity generalization stands as an alternative for validating selection methods for companies that cannot employ criterion-related or content validation. In order for a selection method to be generalizable, it should disregard race or gender as a basis of selection method. Utility is the degree to which the information provided by selection methods enhances the bottom line effectiveness of the organization. In short, the more reliable, valid, and generalizable the selection method is, the more utility it will have. Legality. All selection methods should conform to existing laws and existing legal precedents. All methods should be in accordance with the law. Let's move to topic 2, types of selection methods. Here are the common selection methods used in various organizations that must conform to the 5 standards. It's used to assess the applicant's capabilities, knowledge, and skills. Interviews, a dialogue initiated by one or more persons to gather information and evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for process, as well as the opportunity for unconscious bias. To increase the utility of personnel selection interview, first, HR staff should keep the interview structured, standardized, and focus on accomplishing a small number of goals. It means that all applicants should be asked the same questions in the same manner and order. Second, in order for interviews to have more or high predictive validity, interviewers should ask questions dealing with specific situations that are likely to arise on the job and use this to determine what the person is likely to do in those situations. It's called situational interview. In short, it must be based on experience and future base. References, application blanks, and background checks. This information can be solicited from the people who know the candidate through reference checks. You can call the contact information mentioned in the reference section and know the details about your applicant, but it has low validity because majority of the applicants have so positive feedback. Next, physical ability tests. Measure strength, endurance, and muscular movement. It's commonly for manual labor. It also helps on predicting not only the job performance but also predicting the occupational injuries. There are 7 classes of tests in this area. First, muscular tension, tasks requiring pulling, pushing, and lifting. Second, muscular power. Third, muscular endurance. Fourth, cardiovascular endurance, like climbing the stairs. Fifth, flexibility, tasks requiring twisting or stretching your body. Then balance and coordination. Cognitive ability tests differentiate individuals based on their mental rather than physical capacities. It measures the intelligence, like IQ tests. This test has many aspects. We have verbal comprehension, refers to a person's capacity to understand and use written and spoken language. Next, quantitative ability concerns the speed and accuracy with which one can solve arithmetic problems of all kinds. Reasoning ability refers to a person's capacity to invent solutions to many diverse problems. Personal inventories. Personality measures tend to categorize individuals by what they are like. It measures the personality rather than the skills or abilities. We have 5 major dimensions of personality inventories. First is extroversion, second, adjustment, third, agreeableness, fourth, conscientiousness, fifth is openness to experience. Work samples. It requires the applicant to perform tasks that are similar to the tasks performed on the job to predict future performance. It has a high level of predictive validity. Next is honesty tests and drug tests. Measure an applicant's propensity towards undesirable behaviors such as lying, stealing, taking drugs, or abusing alcohol. Formerly, they used polygraph or lie detector tests to measure the honesty of an applicant, but it stopped with Polygraph Act in 1988, which bans the use of polygraph. They use paper and pencil honesty test now. It comes in a number of different forms. Some directly emphasize questions dealing with past theft, admissions, or association with people who stole from employers.